Hey, good afternoon. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy Solution. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday afternoon so far. It's been kind of an exciting last week or so with all that's going on right now and all the announcements that are being made out there due to the extent and seriousness of this virus known as the coronavirus, and how it's affecting people, and especially affecting those that are older, seniors like us, and especially the ones that have already have medical issues, how it's affecting their breathing and all that stuff. And most of the death, like from what I'm gathering so far, is with the older people. Now, the young people aren't immune to it either. But it seems like that the issues are more with the older ones that already have some type of respiratory issues or this or that. So there's a lot of panicking going on. There's a lot of questions going on. There's a lot of information flying around about how serious this is, which it is. It's serious. It's a hybrid flu that is very contagious, which is, I don't think is something we've seen in my lifetime. But for us, and for those of us that are in the health field, for those of us that are coaches on teaching people to change their lifestyle to be more healthy, for those of us that have been doing this for decades, and when I've been in the health industry for over 40 years plus, and we are very educated in the physiology of the body, especially at the cellular level. We're very educated in overall health and how to have overall health, and we're also educated in molecular hydrogen, which is, I'm certified as that, so we are very educated in molecular hydrogen H2, which is in certain types of water. That is a very strong antioxidant that actually helps to build the immune system, and that's what I'm getting to on this topic today. This is for my clients as well, or probably mostly for my clients that are doing my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution program for either weight loss, or they're doing it to reverse type 2 diabetes and to get off the medication. And so the three protocols that we offer in our program is basically doing exactly what science is doing and what science has been telling us to do for decades, that most of the public have no idea, and most of the health professionals aren't teaching their patients or their clients the root cause of why this country is so sick, and why the flu or colds or certain viruses are escalating so fast and are having such a big issue. And the root cause for all of this issues, and for why people are panicking, is because they're unhealthy anyway. Your environmental toxins are causing your body to be unhealthy. All the processed foods you're eating is all toxic to the body, is compromising your body. The water you're drinking is compromising the health of your body because of all the toxic chemicals in it. I mean, you can go check it out yourself. Those of you that follow me know that I talk a lot about this. Well, the problem is with most of the public out there, and why this certain virus is escalating so fast, especially here in the United States, is because most of the public have a compromised immune system. You see, guys, and this goes for my clients, so I want my clients to understand that the program you're going through right now is actually helping you guys to fight this virus off. So those of you that have been doing this for probably, 4, 5, 6 to 8 weeks, most likely you are developing a very strong immune system. See, guys, and this goes for my clients, I want you to understand. You guys, you got to understand this, and science has told us this for decades, and actually it's biology 101, that the first line of defense for all diseases and for all bacteria and for all viruses is your immune system. That is the first line of defense. So if you have a depressed immune system due to the environmental toxins, due to your unhealthy lifestyle, like for those of you that are on a standard American diet and you're eating processed foods, parents, you guys aren't taking the time to home cook your meals for your children because you don't have time and you're taking them to fast food places. You're compromising their number one line of defenses for all diseases, bacteria, and viruses. And that's the immune system. This is not me talking, guys. This is known that your immune system is actually what's going to boost your protection. And now if you look at cancer research, they are saying the same thing. Now they're thinking, well, the old way of trying to reverse cancer is not working. So now they're looking at the new way, which is boosting the immune system up, and so that's what they're doing. So doesn't that make sense that maybe what we should do is change our mindset and look at what's actually starting to work according to science? Is the number one line of defense is your immune system. Now, 80% of your immune system is in your gut, guys. And right now, I would have to say that most Americans here in the United States have got some type of gut issues. Colitis, diverticulitis, IBS, gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant. It seems like that I talk to so many different people that they have gut issues. Now let me repeat myself again. 80% of your immune system is in your gut. Now, what is the root cause of a dysfunctional gut or a dysfunctional immune system? It's toxic chemicals. So that's what's going to cause your gut to be sick. Now, guys, the gut is the center of your health. You've got to understand that. Your gut is the center of your health. So if you are feeding your gut toxic chemicals on a daily basis in your food, in your water, in the environmental toxins you're breathing, well, what's that going to do to the gut bacteria? See, there's the problem. You have bacteria in your gut that is designed to fight diseases. It's in the liner of the gut, and it's one of your first lines of defense to fight bacteria and viruses. That's why you've heard people say you've got to look at your gut, and if you have some kind of a medical issue, it's probably because you have a sick gut and you have more bad gut bacteria than you do good gut bacteria. And that's why the supplement companies are jumping on the bandwagon and telling people that here's my probiotic supplements. Here, take the probiotics. This is going to kill off the bad gut bacteria, and this is going to help produce more good gut bacteria. Well, that's fine and dandy and expensive, but that's not really what you want to do. You want to develop good gut bacteria with real live foods. Now, those of you that follow me know that Emily and I promote largely live foods to bring us overall health because of probiotics and prebiotics, because of the gut. But that's why we promote everybody should be on kefir. Homemade kefir, not store-bought. Homemade kefir and kombucha. You need to look up kefir and how kefir is able to produce good gut bacteria naturally with live enzyme probiotics and prebiotics. You need to understand that. So you can look that up. I've already posted stuff in the past, but people seem to blow it off because they don't think they're ever going to get sick. But you have to, first of all, you have to get your gut healthy. Now science is telling us that if you've got an unhealthy gut with more bad gut bacteria than good, then you have an unhealthy brain. And so now they say now that your gut and your brain are connected, which is obvious, because if your gut bacteria is bad, you're going to have bad brain activity. And so your brain's going to be actually have issues. And so it all boils down to the first line of defense is your immune system. So think about that. What I just said to you about bad gut bacteria, if 80% of your immune system is in your gut, and you have a sick gut, you have a depressed immune system, and this virus, the immune system is so depressed that it's overwhelming, the virus is overwhelming it on top of all the other crap you're putting in your body, so it has no chance of fighting the virus off. I mean, look what's happening in the stores now. I mean, you go down the aisles, what type of foods are the people picking to eat or to buy? You go down the pasta aisles, you go down the box food aisles, you go down the cereal aisles, you go down the chip aisles, you go down the canned foods, that's all gone. So there's a lack of education of what the people should be doing to increase their immune system to make it stronger and to get your gut healthy. You go to the vegetable section and the fruit section, oh, there's all kinds of vegetables and fruits left. You see what I'm saying here? So so the people are actually doing more damage by the processed foods they're eating than they are trying to help reverse or trying to help fight this disease. See? So that's why I wanted to get on here, because I wanted to let my clients know that what they're doing today to boost their immune system is exactly what science has been telling us to do for decades. And you guys are doing it because you're following our program, our 3 protocols that are actually designed to put you in a state of autophagy. See, autophagy is what's going to help reverse your bad gut bacteria. Autophagy is going to put you in a stage where it's going to actually help build the immune system up. And so I want you guys that are following my program to understand, you don't have to panic. You just got to keep consistent of what you're doing and mentally focus on, okay, what I am doing naturally with these 3 protocols is actually building up and strengthening my immune system so that I can have a better chance of not contracting this horrible virus out there. And even if you did contract it, you have the ammunition and the tools in your body to fight it off so that it won't be so intense. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole idea. You know, the news media is talking about all these things you need to do, stay home, do this, do that. Nobody, none of the scientists, none of the doctors, none of them are talking about preventative. So how do we prevent all this? I've got to put my, I forgot to put my charger on here so it doesn't go bad. Sorry about that. There we go. So they're not talking about the prevention of the issue. And so it doesn't happen again, because it probably will. We might get something else. So the bottom line, guys, is that for my clients, don't panic. Please don't panic. Just realize what you're doing is actually building up your immune system, and that is your first line of defense. The vaccine they say they're coming out with, that's crap. That's not going to help. You have your body, see, God gave you the mechanism to fight diseases. That's why He gave you an immune system. That's your first line of defense. The good gut bacteria in the liners of the gut. That's another line of defense. See, so you got multiple lines of defense there. But the problem with the public in the United States right now is their immune system is so depressed because of their lifestyle. And you parents, you guys got to take control of your health. For some reason, I talk about this all the time. Why is it families put their health at the bottom of the to-do list, and then do all the other stuff, all the toys and all the going on vacations and spending all the money and all this at the top of the list. And they complain about, well, you know, yeah, I understand it's healthy and I need to do that, but I just can't afford it. Or, yeah, I heard that the Enagic ionized alkaline water device produces a strong 2.5 acidic water that is known as hypochlorous acid. It's the strongest antibacterial on the planet. It's what the Japanese have been using for decades in their hospitals to fight MRSA and viruses, and they clean their operating utensils and all that stuff. I heard about this, but you know, $2,600 or $4,200 really is too much. Really? Well, guess what? Those of us that jumped and that took the leap of faith, even the ones that didn't have money like me, who had a medical issue, and I knew I had to change my lifestyle and I had to get on water that wasn't contaminated and that actually was therapeutic to the body, and I couldn't afford to buy it, but I did it anyway because I knew how important it was, and I've been on it for 9 years. Well, guess what? It's paying off right now because of the coronavirus. I've been building up my immune system for 9 years, so I have a better chance of not contracting it. Or if I do, I have the tools. That's why we're not worried about it. And my clients that are on our 3 protocols to help fight or to put their bodies into overall health and a state of autophagy, you guys have the tools now. You're doing exactly what science says we should have been doing a long time ago. So you're way ahead of the game, especially those that are halfway through the program, and those of you after that went through it and that are continually doing this for the rest of your life. You've already set your thermostat up high at being in autophagy, which is no. Now, this, like I said, I'm a science freak, and I've told you guys this in the past. And I always like to follow up what I say with science, because it's not me, I'm researching it. I'm finding all this research. That's how my 3 protocols were developed. All 3 of my protocols that I'm giving to my clients to help fight or to lose weight or to lose the belly fat or to reverse type 2 diabetes or to reverse cancer or reverse all the diseases is due because of inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause of everything. What we're doing, and that's the same thing with the coronavirus. It's inflammation causing, you know, your body is so inflamed, it's a great target for the coronavirus. You're so acidic and your immune system is so shut down, the coronavirus is going, oh man, I got this body. This is perfect for this environment, this acidic environment in this body, perfect for me. I'm going to eat it up. See, you guys get it? And so, like most of you that follow me know, I'm a science freak, and I like to back everything up with science. And so those of my clients, like I said, you guys don't panic. You don't have to panic. And if your kids are following the same meal plan that we've designed for you and doing the same thing, you're just boosting their immune system up too. And besides that, you're learning to stay home and not buy processed foods and going out to dinner so much and buying all that crap. And you are now learning how to buy the right foods, fresh foods that is actually alive, and now your family is eating it the same way. You've just put your whole family into an unbelievable environment for good health that will help with combating these diseases like this virus out there. Now, it's already started. Is it too late? No, it's never too late. You can get on the bandwagon right now and get that gut healthy now. It's never too late. You can get on there, message me, say, hey, okay, I watched your video. You have these 3 protocols that are designed, that are backed by science to help boost the immune system. What do I need to do? I'll do whatever it takes. Guys, I'm here for you. All you got to do is let me know. Yeah, I want to know more about what you're doing here. I want to know more about what science is saying. So what I did here is I'm trying to inform everybody, not just my clients. I want my clients to fully understand what they're doing is what exactly they need to do to boost the immune system. But I want you to I'm going to read some science, and I've got quite a few of them. But remember what I said, that our 3 protocols is designed to put you in an environment which is known by science as autophagy. Autophagy is the most powerful environment you can possibly put your body into to fight off diseases or viruses. And why is that? It's because of what it does internally, and because our bodies were designed to be in autophagy in the first place. And there's only one way that you're going to be able to put yourself in that environment, and that's through intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. That's how it is. And that's going to help activate certain hormones that are going to, there's certain hormones you cannot even activate unless you put your body into intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting to regain your health, or to burn off the belly fat or body fat or whatever you want to do. But the main course is, don't focus on the fat, because that's going to come off anyway. The main focus is building the immune system up and overall health. Fat will follow every time, okay? Like I said, all this is backed by science. So first of all, those of you that like to Google, although you got to be careful when you Google, be careful. But if I Googled autophagy, okay, and this is the definition that I got from Google. You ready for this? Okay. Autophagy acts as an immune effector that mediates pathogen clearance. Did you just hear what I said? Autophagy goes after diseases. That's basically what it's saying. The roles of autophagy bridge both the innate and activated immune system and includes functions. What they're saying here is autophagy is improving the function of the immune system because of the environment it goes into. Okay? What does autophagy mean? So some of you are going, I've never even heard of that. Well, I didn't either a few years ago until I researched it and learned about it. And that's why it's part of my protocols. Autophagy is my main protocol, actually, one of them besides the water that we're drinking. But what is autophagy? And so a lot of times a lot of us are confused about it. Well, autophagy is basically, it's called self-eating, okay? What that means is it's your body's natural way of detoxing all the old dead cells and all the old messed up, screwed up protein floating around in the brain and the body, and it's body's natural way of detoxing it. Now, there's different functions that autophagy can do to get rid of that stuff. Now, it could go out your urine, it can go through your lymphatic system, but autophagy also will take the old dead cells and use it as energy, or it'll use it as building new stem cells. There's the key. I want you guys to remember what I just said here. Building new stem cells. That's a very key point here. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what science says about new stem cells. All right? Okay, so you have molecular cancer. The relationship between autophagy and the immune system as an application to fight cancer. That's molecular cancer research. That's what that's saying. Okay, cell death. I'm not good at pronouncing these scientific names, but let's see if I can do this one. Cell death and differentiation. What that means? Now, cell death. Autophagy means self-eating. Self-eating of dead cells. Okay? So this research talks about that particular, how autophagy goes after the dead cells, and which will help boost the immune system and put it in a environment of actually regenerating new immune cells. Isn't that crazy? It's telling us that. Okay, cell metabolism, autophagy controlling the immune system. Center of Immunology, Autophagy and Immune System, 2012. This is stuff that was done, this is research done by these guys in 2012. That's a long time ago. PubMed, intermittent fasting during Ramadan, showed that the people that were doing fasting built stronger immune system. They were actually developing and producing new immune system stem cells and other stem cell organs. That was done in 2012. Gene research, autophagy and the immune system, the benefits. Nature's PubMed, autophagy and the immune system, and how autophagy will help flush out inflammation. Remember what I just said? Inflammation is the root cause to all diseases, bacteria, viruses, and bad gut health. You get the gut, you flush out all of the inflammation in that gut and get it healthy, you now not only have a line of defense on the liner of the stomach with good bacteria, but now you have another major first line of defense, which is your immune system, because now it's stronger, okay? National Institute of Health, the role of autophagy in immune response. I mean, it just keeps going. Science Daily, autophagy helps fast track stem cell. Okay, this is the key. Autophagy helps fast track stem cell activation. Now, how do you get into autophagy? You have to fast. That's just all there is to it. You got to have a protocol that teaches you how to fast. And you have to change the food you're eating. You have to change the time you're eating. Now, primal eating, that is one of my protocols, which is known as the ketogenic diet, is known by science to mimic fasting. Okay, think about that. Mimic fasting. So, we use, in our protocols, we combine primal eating, which is a higher good fat diet, very low carbs, because that's the issue, to intermittent prolonged fasting. So we're double dipping here. So we're really starting to work on the immune system and getting the body healthy. Journal of Cell Science, muscle stem cells. They actually did a research on how you can actually, as an old person, they did research where you can actually produce your own new muscle stem cells to increase muscle mass. They did research on that. How did seniors that were in their 80s and 90s increase muscle mass? Because they were in autophagy and they worked out in a fasted state, producing their own new muscle stem cells. You see, it just keeps going. Okay, this is how new it all is, guys. In 2016, there was a doctor, he was a doctor of physiology and medicine. I can't even pronounce his name. He's from Japan. He won a Nobel Prize. He discovered autophagy. And he discovered that when you put your body in autophagy, it actually will starve cancer cells. So if you put your body, if you're consistently putting your body in autophagy throughout the day, for day in and day out, 7 days a week, that doesn't mean you're fasting every day. No, there's different stages of autophagy. So even on our non-fasting days, and I'm doing the primal eating, which mimics fasting, I'm in some sort of autophagy. So I'm basically in some sort of autophagy 7 days a week. And if this researcher who won the Nobel Prize on autophagy found out it kills cancer cells, well, don't you think maybe it'll kill a virus too? Come on. Okay, how about this one? Boston College, Dr. Thomas Seifeld, PhD. He discovered that putting your body in autophagy and doing a primal eating or a ketogenic diet, also he found that to kill stem cells. This one you guys have heard me talk about many, many times. And this one, I think this one was done in 2017, the research. This is a biggie one, huge. For those of you that know who USC, University of Southern California Medical Center is, they did a research, I think it was in 2017. Fasting triggers stem cell regeneration of damaged cells from from old immune systems. What the research shows is that the body, when it goes into a prolonged fast and gets into a certain environment of autophagy, it will actually produce new stem cells to boost the immune system and other organs. That's what they found. Short-term intermittent fasting induces long-lasting gut health. That's huge. That was done by the current biology. Did research on that. Intermittent fasting and human metabolic health. They also talked about it as far as autophagy. PubMed, autophagy at the gut. They talk about how important autophagy is for a good gut health. I mean, if these guys are talking about this, don't you think maybe we should listen? They're sure a lot smarter than we are, and they are doing all the research, and all this stuff is, I mean, the first two of them I said, let me see, where are they at? Okay, molecular cancer. That one came out on February 2019. That's how new it is. Cell death and differentiation, whatever it's called. Another one that came out in 2019. See? And that's why continual education is so important. I'm just going to go and read a few more because I want you guys to understand that I'm not the one that's saying this. I'm not the one that's telling you that you should, my program is the program that's going to boost your immune system. I'm going to just tell you what science is saying about our program and how it works. Journal of Biomedical Science, Autophagy, role in the intestinal development of good bacteria, cellular biology and biochemistry research. Autophagy, a mechanism involved in anti-inflammatory abilities to produce better gut bacteria. I mean, and it helps the immune system. They even put that in there. Because obviously, whenever you get more of the good gut bacteria and dump all the bad gut bacteria, and you're feeding it with live good prebiotics, which is your food you're eating, which is live and uncontaminated, then it's obviously going to boost the immune system. And so that gives you an idea of all the research I have. So guys, I needed to do this video. I just needed to I want to do it for my clients that are previously working on my programs now. I just want them to feel safe and not be concerned about all this. Yes, you still need to be precautious about what you're doing, who you're being around. Follow what the government says. Don't go out if you don't have to, and don't go in a bunch of crowd. Obviously, Emily and I, we have a Nagic ionized alkaline water device that makes a very strong 2.5 acidic water that's known as hydrochloric acid. You can look that up if you want. It actually kills 99.9% of all bacteria and also kills viruses. And I've been using it for 9 years, and whenever